Manchester City versus Crystal Palace. Of course, we know how important this match is for Manchester City, for their fight for the top four race in the Premier League. Although, courtesy of that Arsenal win versus Real Madrid, England have received 5 slots for the Premier League, for the Champions League. Sorry, so any team that finished fifth position we qualify to the Champions League, so it's a good one. So even if they finish fifth, they can go to the Champions League. At the moment, Chelsea are fourth on the table, so they need to win against Crystal Palace, at least to put themselves further up in the table. But it will be an interesting game. We know how Crystal Palace play. They are a very, very good side to play. They know how to play football, and that counter-attacking football. The likes of Mateta, Ebrechi Eze, Ismail Sarr, and all that. So they are very, very good side to play. And let's see how that one goes. And for Nottingham Forest versus Everton, of course, we know Nottingham Forest this season, how they have been impressive. And they're playing at home. Anytime they play at home, there is always this confidence I have in them to deliver. They have a good home record, and they're always difficult playing at home. And for Everton, we know they've avoided relegation, but Everton also they're also a hard team to play against. But I still see Nottingham Forest getting a win over this one, maybe a slim win, maybe a 1-0 win or so. But I think some of their key players are out, the likes of Ola and Chris Wood. I don't know if Chris Wood will be back for this one, but we expect Nottingham Forest to win, or at least a draw. For Arsenal versus Brentford, this is a London derby, and it will be a tricky one courtesy of Arsenal's game on Wednesday against Real Madrid. So you expect Arteta to maybe rotate the players, the likes of Declan Rice and Saka pulled out of the game against Real Madrid due to slight knock, but they'll be fit for that Wednesday game against Real Madrid. But I don't think the coach will want to risk these players, so maybe you rest those players, the likes of Saka, Rice, Odegaard, Partey. You might put in all this Jorginho, Ben White, Sterling. You might see Sterling. Just putting these players to rest these key players, because going away at Santiago Bernabeu is not an easy task. So Arsenal, they need all their key players, and I feel this game might be a little tricky. You understand? Maybe we might see a draw in this one, or if they're not being careful, depends on the selection for this game. You understand? But let's see how that. Leganes versus Barcelona, and this is a tough match. It's a really, really tough match for Barcelona. Leganes are fighting for relegation, and in the previous fixture, they won Barcelona 1-0, and so Barcelona are flying high in the moment. They are 4 points above Real Madrid, so the gap is not really much, meaning that they need to win. Understand? They've already secured a place in the semi-finals of the Champions League. I don't care what people would say. There's a return leg. There's nothing Dortmund will do. 4-0 scoreline. There's nothing Dortmund can do there. So the focus now is on the league. Try and win your match and pray that Madrid slip up again and extend that gap. But it's an interesting match. It'll be a very tough match for Barca. But they are up to the task. You understand? Since this year, Barca have been fine from that, have been winning all their games, and then you expect them to continue in that form. But the likes of Rafinha, Yamal, Lewandowski, they have been firing in all cylinders, so you expect them to continue in that fine form. But let's see how it goes. But it's a tricky one for Barcelona. Leverkusen versus Union Berlin. Leverkusen, they are 6 points behind Bayern Munich, so it's an interesting match playing at home after that disappointing loss to Amina in the derby poker. So the league is only thing they have now. 6 points behind Bayern Munich. Win all games. That is the only thing they have at the moment. Win all games and pray for the best. That is just it. So nothing short of a win for Leverkusen. And then for Bayern Munich, they'll be playing against Dortmund. This is, of course, the biggest match in Germany, the greatest rivalry in Germany. So for the last 2 games, Bayern Munich have not really have a good record. They have lost and they have drawn. Well, for Dortmund, coming back from that 4-0 loss to Bayern Munich, and of course, in their head, they know, and that one is gone. You understand? They just have to focus on the league and see if they can qualify for the Champions League next season. You understand? And it will be a tough match. Hopefully, We don't know if Dortmund would be a stumbling block to Bayern Munich winning the league again. But let's see how that one pans out. League Inter will playing against Cagliari, and we are expecting Inter Milan to win. But of course, they will be having Champions League match against Bayern Munich. Uh, the first leg it was 2-1, so it is slim win. And I don't know if Simone will rest some players, but already he's just 3 points above Napoli, so he's no much distance. I still feel he's going to put out a strong side, but playing at home, they should be able to do the job. You understand? Get the win over Cagliari and hope that Napoli draws points. It's Lecce, of course. For Igo Tudor, this is his third match, and you expect him to win. Um, so he has been his 2 games he has won, and of course, this is his third game, so you expect him to win right there at home. And it's an opportunity for them to go to the third position because Bologna and Atlanta, they'll cancel themselves. And it's an opportunity for them to either go on fourth position or on third. So they need to win this match to see if they can qualify.